There was a time when your faith felt simple, not perfect, but present, alive. You used to whisper my name while driving alone. You prayed without planning, trusted without always understanding. You didn't feel holy, but you felt near. And then, without meaning to, life began to pull you away. You didn't plan to drift away. There was no moment when you stood up and said, "I'm done with God." It wasn't rebellion. It was exhaustion. It was disappointment. It was the weight of everything. That never seemed to get lighter. At first, it was just small things. You stopped praying when life got heavy. You skipped church a few Sundays. You told yourself you'd open your Bible tomorrow. Somehow, tomorrow didn't come. Your days became louder, your nights heavier, and your soul stopped reaching for me. You didn't mean to forget how to believe. Something in you just began to shut down. It drowned out the stillness you used to seek. I remember you paused once, when worship music played quietly behind a reel. You didn't click away. You didn't stay either. You just stared. Something in you ached. Then you moved on. Still, I stayed there. I watched you care for everyone else. Your job, your aging parents, your anxious children, until there was nothing left for your own soul. You kept giving, even when no one noticed, even when you couldn't feel me near. Yet I was there, in the silence, in the overwhelm, in the nights you lay awake and whispered, "I don't even know if I believe anymore." I heard that. I never looked away. There was a time you felt close to me. You remember it like a dream, when worship moved you to tears, when you journaled prayers, when you trusted me without needing all the answers. Now it all feels far away, like it belonged to someone else. A different season, a different life. And tonight, do you wonder if it's too late to return? You're not alone in that question. Even Peter, who walked with me, who witnessed the miracles, he still denied me, not once, but 3 times. He broke under fear and believed it was over. It wasn't. That moment became the beginning of grace. Maybe that's how you feel now. Like you've failed me. Like you've gone too far to come back. I've never measured our relationship by performance. I never asked you to be flawless, only to stay close. And when you couldn't even do that, I stayed close anyway. Do you remember that morning? Sitting in your car, hands trembling on the wheel, wondering if you had the strength to walk into church. The music had already started. You felt far, ashamed, empty, even then. I stepped into that silence just to find you again. I am the one who leaves the 99 to find the one who wandered. I'm not embarrassed by your distance. I'm moved by your ache. That ache, that longing, proves your heart hasn't hardened. It's still alive. It still belongs to me. You may not know how to return. You may feel numb. Or nothing at all. That's okay. You don't need perfect faith to come home. You just need honesty. God, I miss you. That's enough. God, I don't even know what I believe anymore. Still enough. I don't need your words to be polished. I need them to be real, and I can work with that. So let me remind you, you are not too far. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are still loved. And right now, as you listen to these words, your heart has already begun to return. You've already drawn near. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Psalm 32:8. You're not lost anymore. Not because you figured everything out, but because with me, you no longer wander. You've wandered long enough. You've tried to carry it all on your own. You've followed voices that led you into confusion, hurry, fear. But my voice is different. It doesn't rush you. It doesn't pressure you and shame you. It invites you back and points you forward. I am not just the God who calls you home. I am the God who walks you into what comes next. So let's begin. Right where you are. No map needed, no 5-year plan, just one step, then another. And I'll be beside you in all of it. You may still feel unsure. That's okay. You may not know exactly what you believe. That's okay too. Belief doesn't have to be loud to be real. Obedience doesn't have to be confident to count. Even the quietest yes can move mountains. I will lead you through the noise, through the overthinking, through the fear of getting it wrong again. My word will light the path. My peace will anchor you. My spirit will nudge you, not with force, but with kindness. And when you take a wrong turn, I won't leave you there. I will find you, redirect you, and remind you again, you still belong. You never lost your worth. You never lost your place in my story. So lift your eyes, not to the pressure ahead, but to the presence beside you. One prayer, one pause, one moment of choosing me again. I'm not in the destination. I'm in the journey with you. Whether you need to walk, to pause, or to be carried, I will match your pace with love. This is what I do. This is who I am. You are no longer wandering. You are walking with me now, and I'm not letting go. Even when the road feels long, I'll be the strength in your steps and support you in every one. Even when it gets quiet again, I'll whisper reminders of my love. You are not just relearning how to walk. You are relearning how to walk with me. Through ordinary mornings, through uncertain choices, through moments when faith doesn't feel obvious. And I will celebrate each small act of trust, each moment you choose truth over fear, each time you let grace speak louder than guilt. Finding your way back and staying on the path takes time. Healing happens one step at a time, like morning light gently returning to a quiet valley. You are safe to be in process with me. You are safe to not have it all together. I still delight in you when your prayers burn bright and when your voice barely breaks the silence. I take joy in the steps you do take, and when you need to stop and catch your breath. I will sit beside you until you're ready again. I'm not measuring you by speed. I'm not waiting at the finish line. I'm walking every stretch of this path right beside you. So if you feel slow, if you feel behind, if you feel unsure, perhaps you don't even realize how far you've wandered, but I do. And I will lead you gently, step by step, until you find your way home again. Let this be the season where you learn to walk again, not as one who is lost, but as one who is led. And I will lead you with compassion, with gentleness, with unwavering love. You're not alone in this. Not for one step. Not ever. Even now, as your heart adjusts to the idea of being loved again, as your spirit begins to relax into grace, I know you still carry questions. What if I fail again? What if I drift again? What if this doesn't last? Let me answer you gently. I didn't bring you this far to abandon you. I'm not surprised by your doubts. I'm not scared of your patterns. This isn't about your perfection. It's about my presence. And I'm not leaving. I walk with those who are slow to believe. I stay with those who are learning to trust again. When Peter walked on water, he doubted halfway through. He started to sink. And yet I didn't let him drown. I reached out and pulled him up. That's who I am. Not the one who watches you fall, but the one who catches you again and again. You're learning to walk closer, not as a stranger, not as a servant, but as someone who belongs. Your identity isn't in how steady you feel. It's in how secure you are in me. And you are secure. You may still get distracted. The noise may still overwhelm. Old fears may rise again. But now you know the way back. Now you know the sound of my voice. And every time you return, you'll find me already waiting. That's what grace does. It doesn't wear thin. It doesn't expire. It welcomes you again. So don't try to hurry this season. Let your roots go deep. Let your spirit breathe. Let your heart remember what it means to be held. You are not on probation. You are not earning your place. You're already mine. And nothing, not even your most fragile days, can change that. You may wonder, how do I stay near? Let me remind you. It begins with listening to my words, remembering what I've spoken to you, and holding on to a heart of love. For me and for one another. To stay near me is to walk with me in every moment. To pause and pray, not just when you feel strong, but especially when you feel weak. To return when you've drifted, even if your return is only a whisper. To seek me in the quiet, to trust me when you don't understand, and to love others as I have loved you. This is how you draw near, by drawing close in honesty, in trust, and in love. And I will always respond with closeness, with mercy, and with joy. When your heart is heavy, bring the weight to me. When you're overwhelmed, speak to me about it, even if all you can say is a sigh. I'm not expecting long prayers. I'm looking for true connection. And true connection doesn't mean praying in front of others to be seen. Even when you pray in secret, in the quiet places no one else notices. I hear you. Remember what I've said. Pray to your Father who is unseen, then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. I want to be your first thought in the morning, your steady breath throughout the day, your last whisper at night. You don't need to strive or prove anything. You simply need to remain with me, because I know you fully. Even the number of hairs on your head have been counted. And when you lose focus, when life pulls at you again, just pause. Return. Remember and receive. This is not a one-time moment. This is a relationship, and I am invested in every moment of it. I am walking every stretch with you. The uphill climbs, the quiet valleys, the uncertain turns. You do not have to fear what's ahead, because I am already there. And I'll be right here until you're ready to take the next step, and every step after that. Joel 2:13, Return to me with all your heart, says the Lord, for I am gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and abounding in love. You don't need to rush. There's no test to pass. No performance to perfect. Come honestly and just as you are. You're not trying to earn your way back. You're remembering who you've always been. Mine. I never stopped calling you that, not even when your heart felt empty. I saw every breath that didn't turn into prayer. I felt every tear that didn't fall aloud. And I held every question you didn't have the words to ask. You were never invisible to me. Even when you pulled away, I stayed near. Even when you forgot me, I never forgot you. And now, as your heart softens, as your spirit stirs, you wonder what comes next. You may ask, can I really trust again? Can I worship without pretending? Can I come close even if I still have questions? Yes. 1,000 times, yes. You don't have to prove anything. Just let yourself rest. Rest in the truth that I've already made room for you. Do you remember the prodigal son? He didn't come home with a speech. He came home with hunger. And before he could explain, before he could fix anything, his father ran. His father embraced him. His father celebrated. You don't need to earn your place. You already have a place. And it's not on the outskirts, not on the fringe, not barely making it in. You are welcomed, fully, freely, joyfully. There's no shame in being restored. There's no guilt in starting over. This is who I am, the God who makes all things new. I see the way you want to believe again. Even now, even quietly, just like the sheep who wandered, yet still knew the shepherd's voice. You recognize mine. When I call, you hear. And when your heart turns, I run to meet you. Because I am the shepherd who leaves the 99 to find the one. And you, my beloved, were never truly lost, only waiting to be found. For the sheep know the shepherd's voice, and when I call, my own recognize me. I'm not looking for loud declarations. I'm looking for willing hearts, soft places where grace can grow again. And that's what's happening now. In you. Right here. Let the old fear fall away. Let the weight of the past slide off your shoulders. Let your soul breathe again. Because you've come home. And I'm still here. Let not your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. John 14:1. You've walked through doubt, through silence, through slow healing. And now you've returned. Not as someone who was lost forever, but as someone who finally recognized the way home. I have always been your home. Not a place, but a presence. Not a reward, but a relationship. And this relationship is rooted in grace, built with compassion, and kept by love. So take a breath. Let your heart rest. You don't have to fear falling again. You only need to trust that I will be there every time. Think about a father waiting for his kid to return with arms wide open. That's how I welcome you. With joy, with celebration, with a robe and a ring and a seat at the table. And as you take your seat, know this: you are part of my family, heirs with Christ, called to walk in the good works I've prepared for you. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29:11. Your journey doesn't end in return. It blossoms into purpose. You are invited to follow me now, not with fear, but with confidence, knowing I will never leave you, nor forsake you. You are not returning to start over. You are returning to continue, to grow, to be restored. And as you rest here, in this quiet place of presence and peace, let your heart reflect, not on how far you had drifted, but on how far I came to find you. Let these final moments draw you deeper still, into calm, into trust, into the steady rhythm of grace. You are home now, and I am here. So let my word dwell richly within you. Let my spirit breathe in your silence. Let your prayers rise, not for performance, but for presence. I will lead you through it all, and I will walk with you till the very end of the age. Remember these words in Psalm 23, verse 6. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life, and you shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever.